with so much happening in Nigeria, a man who is so much of a loyalist, I mean, he definitely will be. He is a Federal Capital Territory Minister, Nyesom Wike. He said certain things that felt uncomfortable to certain people who believe that he has finally betrayed the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, probably due to his contact, and of course, his wife and children have citizenship, and he has the United States citizenship. Is very careful. He doesn't want to lose it. He doesn't want to lose it. And he has this to say. Some are suggesting, or they are kind of thinking about it this way, that sooner than later, Bola Ahmed Tinubu might decide to kind of relieve Nyesom Wike, since he can speak in this way and in this manner. Now, for me, I am kind of thinking that a lot has to be done. In fact, it is an emergency. It has to be sorted out. Enough of these shenanigans. Enough of looking away whenever people are being unalived. Like and share, tap on the subscribe button. Let us jump right into it. What is going to become of certain persons on this matter of Christian genocide or insecurity in Nigeria?
We stop these killings. It's not for me to capitalize that people are dying in Plateau. It's not for me to capitalize people are dying in Benue in order to take over the rest of governance. No, no, no.
So this is all about not allowing Tinubu to come back in 2027.
It is very clear.
But what about the people that have been killed?
No, that's what I have told you here.
Is it possible that Trump genuinely wants to help Nigeria?
I have said I will support Trump in supporting Nigeria with technology in reducing our fight against terrorism. I will support any country that wants to prefer solution in supporting the Nigerian government to fight terrorism. After all, so many countries have done that in fighting terrorism. Take, for example, when you go to a Borno state, you have bombing in the city or this. Who knows? So person died. Is he a Christian? Is he a Muslim? Is he a non-believer? In 2011, when I was made a minister of state education, I traveled to Maiduguri. I was the first minister under that Boko Haram to go to Maiduguri. I visited a school. So immediately I left that school, that same day, that school was burnt down. The same day, that school was burnt down.
You are in support of America invading Nigeria.
100%.
Guns are blazing.
I said 100%. Since the government have refused to listen, and leaders are not even helping matters.
Wouldn't that affect the sovereignty of Nigeria? That's the question I'm asking.
Hold on. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are not telling you what to do, Abi. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are on the dining table with government, telling government what to do, and leaders are supporting it in Moses. That's really my annoyance. Why would anybody utter such words? These are things you should frown at. Who brought them into Nigeria? Was Nigeria like this in 1999? Moses, please be sincere to yourself. Who brought them into Nigeria? What are they doing here? Why are they not in Ghana? Why are they not in the Republic of Benin? Please, why are they not in South Africa? You can see, we forgot the genesis of our problem and we are blaming America. Let them come. If that will solve the problem. Since you people don't know what to do, let them come and help us. Look at now, as I'm talking to you now, almost 20 villages have been taken over in Plateau and Benue. Moses, who are those to occupy those villages? Are they Christians? The real indigenous of those states are now in IDP camp, and they are the farmers in Nigeria. Can you beat that?
Let them come. Let Trump come with his America, and with you people, you all die. This lunatic. He want to annex Canada. He wants Iceland. He wants to kill the president of Venezuela. He wants to kill the supreme leader of Iran. He wants to finish up Yemen. This sick lunatic. And that's why when they talk about America is a sick country, a country of mad people, insane people. And that's why they can elect a mad, insane idiot, a lunatic. That's why they can elect a lunatic as their president. That's why they can elect a lunatic as their president. South Africa is committing genocide against white. This one. But he cannot see the genocide in Congo. He cannot see the genocide in Gaza. He cannot see the genocide in Sudan. South Africa is committing genocide against white. Nigeria, genocide against Christian. He wants Iceland. He wants our next Canada. He wants to kill the president of Venezuela. He wants the president of Colombia to never step foot on American soil. Who wants to step foot on American soil? What's there for me to go and see in America? What is there for me to go and see in America? I thank God, Tony, Biafra can stand without a job. Thank God. So please, let us sit down. Let us give these Igbo people their country. Let us give them let them go. What are they doing in Lagos? What are they doing in other people's land? Let them just go. Come to Nigeria, you die in Nigeria. Maricon, agency, you will die in Nigeria. Let Trump and you people come. That one will assure you, you people will die here. It will be your graveyard. Nigeria will be your graveyard. Everybody knows that people are being killed left, right, and center in Nigeria. This is not a lie. But is it Muslim? Is it Muslim? Is it Christian? I'm a Muslim. Who is in the oasis of non-Muslim? Non-Muslims. What I am today, I was not made by Muslims. What I am today, I was made by non-Muslims. You people talk too much. Don't worry, we are waiting. We always tell you, we don't just talk, we perform.
What the Americans are looking for in this country are something greater, their own interests.
Yeah.
What are those interests by your own assessment?
Three things. Number one, to stop Tinubu from becoming president in 2027.
Really?
Yes, because Tinubu...
Are you sure on that?
I can swear with my Quran. Because Tinubu was among the people that contributed money to give it to Kamala Harris for her campaign. And Trump has vengeance. He will never forgive that. Look, what Trump is coming to Nigeria to do is not about Nigerians, Christians, or Nigerian Muslims. It's not about Northerners or Southerners. It's why did Tinubu, through France, mobilize? He's not alone. There are a lot of international presidents, including Macron, that mobilized money for Kamala Harris because they knew if Trump becomes American president, there's going to be a problem for the whole world. That's the first reason. Trump is getting back at Tinubu. And look, because Tinubu is quiet, meek, gentle, and humble, If you put your fingers into his mouth, he is not biting you. Doesn't mean that he can come and roughshod over Tinubu. Tinubu can fight back.
Let me.
That's number one reason.
Okay,
You ask me the reason. Yeah. The second reason is, look, is the American stronghold in the Middle East is getting away, slipping away from their fingers. They needed another stronghold of energy resources.
What stronghold are you talking about?
The oil. In fact, as it is today, if people don't know, let me tell them categorically on this platform that the Arab kingdoms now are facing the greatest challenge of their lives. There are inside, what do you call it, storms brewing politically, because the common men are tired of those kingdoms. And it's only America that is holding them. And America's intelligence has shown that they cannot keep on holding these people in the next 10, 15 years.
So they will have now turned to new areas.
Yes. So that Nigeria is a very hot spot for them. Nigeria, Angola, you understand? Algeria. These are some of the areas that they are looking at. And I can tell you, some people are saying that, at energy experts all over the world are saying that the oil reserve in Nigeria is far more than any other Arab country, because it is energy policy that they are saying that Nigeria is beneath those particular Arab kingdoms. We have more energy resources than those Arabs. And America knew that better than anybody else. So this is the second reason. The third reason, which is very, very fundamental, is that for the first time in so long a time, since Abacha, Tinubu was the first president in this country to look away from the Western world. In fact, France is the only friend Tinubu had. And France, Nigeria is not depending on France. It is France and Macron that is depending on Tinubu and Nigeria now.
Really?
Yes.
Welcome back. Now, that was Asari Dokubo threatening the United States, or responding to them, saying we are capable, we will face them. Of course, obviously, it is not as if the United States army, regardless of the number or technology, it's not as if they have been able to go to a country and then put an end to. Of course, they have weapons, but do not forget that war is complicated. People like Asari Dokubo could end up becoming guerrilla, and that's a big issue. They will fight, they will attack the United States Army, the Nigerian government, obviously not happy that this is happening. It's going to be a theater of war. It's going to be, but then it is easy to talk. They say talk is cheap. Now let's go to Nyesom Wike. Nyesom Wike said technology. He said he's going to support the United States of America. I do not understand. Is it saying that I will support if technology is provided, if they give us the access to it, train some of our tech guys in the military, or if they can initiate it themselves? Or is it saying I will support them with technology, like he has the technology to do it? What exactly is it saying? Now let us look at some few examples that have been cited, where the United States are coming, foreign military came in. Their job, that was during Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's time. Their job was to kind of make use of technology, do surveillance, and then put an end to this wickedness, to this evil. According to the report that we got, the terrorists were prepared ahead. How were they able to gather information, intel? How were they able to gather information if not that someone in the rank and file of the military had given them the update, like, hey, look, be prepared, they are going to gas you guys. Now, whoever it is that had done that, one, could have done it due to religious stupidity, foolishness, one. Two, could have done it as a result of tribal or ethnic leanings. Three, could have done it, which I want to believe could be more, could have done it due to the constant funding of the military. They want to have their own share, and they cannot have it if there is no war. This internal crisis is kept alive so that the military can constantly make money off it. So if a neutral body comes in and quells and puts an end, squash and like end this terrorism, put an end to this foolishness, How then will the federal government allocate any huge amount of money for procurement of weapons and funds for the military? This is a serious matter and it needs to be looked into and done away with. Also, people like Sheikh Gumi, they are the kind and type of people who will tell you, don't worry, let us pamper these terrorists, let's pamper these bandits. They do not know. Let us pamper them. They don't know much. These guys are in the bush. They are not educated. Now, does education have anything to do with conscience? Does it have anything to do with how things? Okay, let's ask questions. Who taught them to be wicked? Does education make you a lenient person? Does it make you accommodating? Does education does not do any of that? Everyone has a conscience, unless your conscience has been distorted by your religious leanings and all of that, which we believe is what the North embraced. They say no to Western education is fine. Now, they say yes to Arab education, yes to Middle East education. Question is, how come the Middle East education has not made their lives better? How come they have Algeris on the streets? How come they have a high level of diseases? How come their mind does not function appropriately? How come with the Sharia they still have extremists now? Sheikh Gumi had talked about extremism in all religion. He said, look at Donald Trump. Yes, we do agree that Donald Trump he is more into white supremacy, Caucasian supremacy, and of course, he definitely will apply some Christian backings to whatever it is that he does. And he was asked about he's going to heaven. He said he doesn't think he's going to heaven, meaning Donald Trump is simply using Christianity as a face, not that he has any conviction in Christ. He has no conviction in Christ. It's got nothing to do with, he's just there like, hey, I'm here. Let's just say I'm a Christian. Let me hold the Bible upside down. Let me insult women and attack this person, But how do we solve ours? Let's leave the United States. Let's leave Donald Trump. How do we put an end to this internet crisis? Are we going to continue this way? Continuously seeing Gumi take pictures and videos with harmed criminals, bloodsuckers, vampires, embrace them and say, let's grant them amnesty. Let us put them, let's give them education. These guys are beyond repair. They are beyond repair. So might query and ask and say, hey, what about the Niger Delta militants? They claim that they have a cause. They said that their land is bleeding and they need money. They started kidnapping expatriates, and then kidnapping became a big business in the southeast of Nigeria till today. It spread to the north of Nigeria. They said they granted some of them amnesty, like Asari Dokuba and some others were granted amnesty. And they said the same should be applied to the north. That doesn't matter if it is religion, it doesn't matter whatever it is that is making you clamor for anything. You guys should be brought to the table and questions should be asked like, okay, what is the problem? Okay, how do we solve this? The question is, how do we solve a religious crisis, not an economic crisis? How or whatever? How do we solve a religious crisis that is embedded in some shallowness? How do we solve that kind of, does it have anything to do with the economy? It's a religious thing where someone claims or feels that Allah has given him or she the right to go and life people somewhere in the southwest in the church because America did something to certain persons or people here. Oh, Palestinians. Oh, let me go and life someone in a church somewhere. What religion is that? What kind of religion is that? How do you put an end to extremism in that way? How do you solve extremism in this way? It's a difficult situation, a very difficult one. So difficult that I don't know. what your thoughts are, ladies and gentlemen, about this matter that is ongoing. It's really causing a lot of issue here and there, and uh, I don't know. I don't know. As it is right now, people are like, oh, it seems certain people are going to turn their back against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's time for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to rise up and stop talking about oil being skyrocketing. Or yeah, there are people who have suggested saying, look, America is simply interested in your resources. Yes, America would never come in and do anything for free. In fact, what they do at times is to create problems and then proffer solutions. And that solution is for them to hijack. It is true. It is true. It has been established. We've seen a lot of cases. We've seen so many in the Middle Belt, in the Middle East. We've seen so many. They come in. In fact, it has been established that they were the ones that supported and created some Arcadia, Hamas, and so they created it. They created it to overturn certain government that they felt were not favorable, that were not giving them crude oil or giving them access anyhow they want. And then when they created it, they empowered these people, trained them, give them weapons. These guys now became what they became. And all of a sudden, they want to control them. And they are like, no, they also have their own objective. They have what they want. And they started again. And America is like, oh, these guys are terrorists. And it's like a circle. We don't want Nigeria to become the same. That is the reason why the president needs to take action. You need to begin to change service chiefs and there need to be a huge, big shake-up in the military. You need to tie of course, that's why a coup and all of that is also part of what the military does. When they realize that you are trying to force them to do right, then they begin to think of how to plan coup and kick you out. That's how it is. Bola Ahmed Tinubu needs to put a lot of things in place. You have to put these military generals and all of those brats in and say, hey, I want you guys to put an end to this within 3 months. All of your ranks, and I'm going to sack you and you're not getting any pay. If this does not come to an end, it will make them do the needful. It's as simple as that.